Okay, hi everyone. We've got 1 minute to go. I thought let's just start. I'm ready to go and I'm super excited about today. If I'm honest with you, I've had quite a long day. It's been great, don't get me wrong. So I'm a little bit kind of, tired. So I know you're all going to help me work on this project together. And I'm quite keen because EddieBot has been taken offline. It had some trouble. I had a quick look and I couldn't understand what was wrong with it. So I thought, well, EddieBot was only a prototype. I wanted to replace it. I did see that NestJS, which we're building our API with, has an awesome library that allows you to write Discord bots with it. And you get the massive benefits of NestJS with all the different hooks and guards and just loads of awesome stuff. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a look at that. So you're going to see me start it from scratch today and maybe struggle, but don't worry. Carl, who's on Radio Eddie with me, or aka Julian, he has done it already. And let me bring up Carl's GitHub page, so you can see Carl's GitHub page. Lots of green squares recently in the last kind of couple of weeks, which is great, which is awesome. It's really good. And then if we scroll down here, let me make it a little bit bigger for you all. If we scroll down here, you will see NestJS, Discord, AlexJS. So Carl has already gone ahead and done it, but I want to learn how to do it. So I thought I'll start from scratch, and we can all do it together. And don't forget, we do have the Stargate repo, which is already deployed to Kubernetes and has already got all the tokens for Discord. So we might be able to get this deployed today. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, poor EddieBot is under the weather and is not working at the moment. So how's everyone in the chat? Look, say hi in the chat. It's awesome to see what you've all been up to today. I hope you've had a good week. It's the weekend, which means lots of open source. And we have Prathamesh has already first on. The Mercy Pink was second. Carl was third. Well, I was second, but I don't count. Sassy, Aditya, awesome to have you all here. Lily, Jason, long time no see, Jason. Karuna, how you doing, Karuna? Hope you're well. Mikey, very long time. I hope work is going well. You're not working too hard. Felix, awesome to have you all here. Do say hi to each other. And you're right, this is collaboration, not just with me, but between each other. Grow your network, and we can all learn from each other. So that's awesome. Okay, and yes, we need EddieBot or AlexJS I think in the chat, so people don't say hey guys so much. So yes, awesome to have you all here. Let's get started. So actually, you know what? Before we get coding, I want to start this right from scratch. You can see I've got my terminal here. I've done nothing. We're going to do everything from scratch. Let me say hi to Carl, who's on Radio Eddie, and Carl can give themselves a shout out and maybe talk about some of the things they've been building on the API for our community that's going to underpin our live stream kind of live map where all your locations are, which we had a prototype before, and also the Discord bot. So Carl, how are you doing? How's your week been?
I'm happy to have weekend now. I'm fine.
Awesome. Actually, let me bring Discord over here so everyone can also see that as well on the live stream. Cool. Yes, the weekend is here. That's good. So I hope you're going to have a break. I know you've done lots of coding on our API this weekend, but I hope you're going to... Sorry, this week. But I hope you're going to have a break as well.
It's actually quite relaxing. I enjoy coding for this project.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, that sounds cool. So I want to get started. So my first thought, and I'm probably going to make some mistakes, but I'm confident between all of us we can figure it out. I'm going to go into my repos directory where I create all my repos, and actually let me also drop Carl's GitHub in the chat, or go give Carl a follow. Carl has no followers on GitHub. I will be the first. And hopefully you will get a few more as well. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. I think the first thing that I should probably do first is create a NestJS project. So let's see how that goes. NestJS, documentation, good place to start. I have had play with lots of little bits in NestJS. And as our API evolves, I've been learning lots about kind of guards and middleware and all the rest. But I love it how I had to play with WebSocket, how you can get this live chat working really quickly. They've really thought about this framework. It's all built on Express, so it's kind of probably building on what all of you know already. So do have a look at this. I'm very, very impressed with it. So first steps is probably a good place to start. Install it globally. I think I've probably got it. Create new project. Create new project. I'll just create a new project for now. I have to add it to an existing one to get it deployed, but we can worry about that later. So let me create a new project. What should we call it? I'll just call it Discord bot. Okay, it's a new. Let's go. Wait a few seconds. NPM or yarn. Let's go with NPM. I like vanilla. Keep everything vanilla as possible. Let's have a look. Koala, happy hubbers. Yes, exactly. Happy hubbers all. And Aditya, why sad? I hope I pronounced your name right. Hopefully you're not sad because I pronounced your name wrong. Let's see. Everyone watching, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up. Really helps support the chat. Support the chat. Really helps support the channel. Oh, that's not a good start. Okay, we do the failing sound. Okay, it should be a failing sound, but people on Radio Eddie, you won't be able to hear it. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so it's created. I think we're good. So now we've created. What I always do, I always head into the project. So we go into Discord bot, and then I always open VS Code, right? You know, we all like VS Code. So let's bring this over here so you can all see it, and I'll make it way bigger. There we go. So you all recognize VS Code, I'm sure. Okay, so what next? Let's have a look. So we created it. Okay, so now I want to actually probably jump straight to the what do we call it? The package that we're going to use for NestJS to create Discord. So it says installation. We need to install these two things, and we've used Discord.js before. So the only additional kind of new one to us is the NestJS version. So let's have a look. So let's just install that. npm install. Let's go. So far it's been a lot of copy and paste. Let's have a look. Who else we got in the chat? 2 followers, by the way. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Let's see if we can get Carl to 10 followers today.
Thank you.
Oh, I see. That's why. Karuna, thank you so much. Right, I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, as the expression says, but Karuna's saying yes. Aditya might be sad because no followers. I agree. I was sad too. Let's see if we can get it to double figures. Awesome. Okay, so now we've installed that. Let's see what next. I'm already stuck. No, I'm joking. Okay, so next it's saying I'll have a token. I can grab a token that I've got before. I can grab some of these IDs. Okay, awesome. Let's just get Hello World working and see if we can see that appear in Discord. So example of creating a dynamic module with config. I guess there's different ways to do this. Carl, do you know what the difference is between these different ways? So you've got for root, and then you've got for root async. So async, I'm guessing it's going to try and continue loading up the project while this happens in the background. So is that more efficient? Do you know?
To be honest, I didn't figure out what's the difference myself. I think if you use for root async, you can pass different services. For example, if you have the token into in the .env file, you can inject the config service when creating the module. That's the use case I see.
Okay.
In my repo, I did it with environment variables.
Okay.
I didn't do it the way that I hard-coded a token into the use factory method.
Shall we have a look?
But I think it's just a preference.
Let's have a look, and we can actually show people which file it'd be in module. Okay, yep. So you
let me have a look.
Yeah, you'll have to have the YouTube open if you want to see it.
It's in my repo. It's in bot folder, and then Discord config service.
Discord config. Oh, not the spec. Discord config service. Got you. I see. Okay.
And there I injected the config service which reads the .env file.
I see. Okay, got you. Okay, that looks quite smart. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep it super simple, but I can't put it in that file because I don't want everyone to see on the live stream all my tokens. So I need to have a think. I guess I should have thought this before. What does everyone else thinks. Aditya, why are so many followers still showing 10 even after so many follows? It takes time for those numbers to update. I think they're all running on different microservices on GitHub. So even if you get lots of follows, it might take 24 hours to actually update to what the realistic numbers are. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I could do this, and I could still use the config. Oh, I can't inject. You're right. I see what you mean. I can't inject the config service to get them out as environment variables. Right. Okay.
What you could potentially do, I'm not quite sure if it works, is reference process.env directly
Might have
and
to
not
do
using
that. Yeah.
the config service. This may work, but no 100% guarantee.
Yeah, no, that's good. Let's try it. Let's experiment. So we'll all learn something new if it works or if it doesn't. So we might do that for now, but it's not something that I would kind of commit and deploy. But something for locally, just for proof of concept, I think works. So if I go to the Discord module, but to the module, I'm not gonna do anything. I think Carl's project is much better. Look at that for reference. But I'm just doing this as an example. So let's have a look. What's their bot gateway as well? Can I click on that? Export bot gateway. Let's have a look. Should have done a bit of research beforehand. Oh, here we go. Here's the gateway. Right. Oh, okay. So we're on ready, event ready, log it. Okay, that makes sense. Got you. Okay. Let's have a look. So as a typical developer, I'm going to do a lot of copy and paste. So we've got module, we've got imports. So it's going to be an import. Let's have a look. So it's Discord and NestJS. Let's copy that import at the top. Okay. And then I'm going to grab this import. I think it's there. There we go. So because we want to keep the import array, and we paste that in. That looks, not too bad. Oh, not dot, comma. Everyone following along. Let's have a look and see. So that's not happy. Okay, that's just the missing trailing comma. Okay, awesome. The others have it as well. So actually, that's an improvement people could make to the documentation. If you look, this one's the last one. It has a trailing one. This one's the last one, has a trailing comma, but this one doesn't. So when you copy and paste this, you get an error. So let me share this project of everybody in the chat, and someone can raise an issue and actually raise a pull request. And so you don't, when you copy and paste this example, you don't get an error. Right, let's have a look. We have some questions in the chat. Let's have a look. Aditya says, so many left tabs in VS Code. What are those? Oh, these ones down the side. Ah, okay, good question. So I need to keep an eye on Discord as well. Make sure no one's raising their hands to come up. If you do, let me know in the chat. So the tabs, okay, got file. That's the same as everybody else's, I think. Search, the same. What's changed to the source code. I should have done a commit before I started making changes to this. I always do like an initial kind of commit. I might do that now. And then this one is a debugger. Then it's the remote, this one, Remote Explorer. Oh, this is code spaces. This is for code spaces. This is the plugins. So I have all my plugins installed. Lenses, Git lenses, which just gives you an insight into your kind of your project and stuff. Oh, Git lenses just got removed. Not sure what happened there. Live share. To-dos. To-dos is really useful when you kind of put, I love these because people just put to-dos everywhere and then forget that they happened, and they go, oh, well, but now I can get a list of all the to-dos that have appeared in the project, and I can just go to them straight away and just go and fix them and solve them, or if they're out of date, just remove them. So that's like one of my favorite tabs. Highly recommend having that. This is Azure. I use this for Mongo, I think, because you can use the Azure service to connect to a Mongo database, but I don't use that anymore. I might actually remove that. Can I uninstall it? I can probably just remove that. Let's see. This one's a new one. What's this one? 100 Days of Code. Yeah, I don't use that one so much anymore either. What else have I got down here? Docker and CodeTime and MongoDB. I probably need to tidy that up. There's a lot there that I don't actually use. So thanks for putting it out. I love everyone's questions. I haven't seen these tabs in VS Code I work with. Yeah, I've added them on, and I probably don't need all of them. But let me know which ones you would use out of those. Probably not too many. live code share is really useful. Let's have a look. What's the reason for using TypeScript with Nest? Nest by default uses TypeScript, and TypeScript is just freaking awesome. Ask Nick when Nick arrives shortly. You will see that TypeScript is awesome. Let's have a look. Okay, so what I want to do, actually, I want to undo this for a second. I'm just going to let me do an undo, and it's always a good idea. Undo that, and then I'm going to save it, and I'm going to do a commit. So if I clear my console, and I do a status, I've got all of these. I think they're all safe to commit. I'm just checking. They are. So let's do a git add. We'll add them all. So now it will be, if I do a list again, you can see all those. I know what some of you are saying. You're saying, Eddie, why are you not using VS Code to do this? I'm just so used to the command line for doing this. Okay, and then I'm going to do a commit. So I'm just going to say initial nest commit or something like that. So I don't know, feature initial NestJS project. It's just so I know that if I mess anything up, I can just revert back to this. So I've committed that. I don't even have to push it. It's committed. And I want to redo what I had here. There we go. So I've redone what I've got here. So I got this back again. Okay, so these tokens obviously don't work. What we're going to try and do is, as Carl suggested, and just use the process. And then I can take my terminal off the screen temporarily, set the environment variables for the tokens, and then bring it back. So let's see. I think the guilds allow and deny is fine, and allowed commands and so forth is fine. Webhooks, I don't think we need. Do we need webhook ID in token? I don't think we do. I could be wrong.
I think the only mandatory properties are token and command prefix. The rest is easy deducible.
Let's comment all of those out.
If I remember correctly.
That sounds good. No problem. We'll try it. So I want to use a different command to everything else so that we know we're just targeting this bot. I want to use percentage, which is not something we'd use if and when we deploy it. But let's have a look. Oh, what is NestJS? Okay, great question. So thank you very much for the question. Elusive code. So the question is let me bring up your question on the screen. I should get more organized at this. I get carried away with coding and so on. So here we go. Got a good question. If I have missed any questions, I'm over here. I'm still here. If I've missed any questions, you just kind of wait a few minutes and copy and paste it back in. So NestJS, I want to try and explain this correctly. It's built on top of Express, and it's used for it's a framework for building APIs, and it's inspired by Angular. Don't run away and get scared, but which Angular was inspired by, like, kind of Spring. So it's really kind of that framework mentality. It's really nice. You've got a lot of tools there ready for you. HTTP client, you can do that. You need WebSockets, you need guards, you need to protect that, you need certain middleware. It's got a lot of it built in. You need a logger, as I learned yesterday with Carl when we were talking about this. You need a logger. It's got a vanilla one built in. Yes, you can still add more to it and customize it, but it's got a great starting point for everything. So that's a really, really good question. Hope I didn't miss any others. I'm going to try and have a skip and have a look. PR, Discord.js, sent thanks. Oh, awesome. Nice. Okay. So you sent a PR to that project. That deserves a shout out. That's a green square for you, and thank you so much for doing that. That's awesome. Because, I saw it as a kind of squiggly line, and I thought, right, I know, it's just a comma. And it is just a comma. And I know a lot of people say, you shouldn't make contributions that are just a space or a comma. But if someone copies and pastes that, like I did, the example code into their project, and they see this underline, or they run the project and it fails, they go, oh, that doesn't work. And they don't realize that something is to something simple. They might not realize if they're new to that type of project, or even new to Node and Prettier and Linter and all the rest. So I think the examples should be bulletproof and should work. So yes, anything like that, definitely send in a fix. It's really, really important. Have you learned new JavaScript library with Fastly? I haven't looked at Fastly, but I've heard people talking about it a lot. What issue was to be raised in the repo? I think it got raised already. I think someone, Aditya beat you to it. Aditya, sorry, my bad. There is it's very small on my screen down there, but there is an extra letter. I don't have any project. Okay, Sankara really wants me to reply. So before we get into the coding, let me just have a look at this question. All of you, feel free to reply as well. it's great for everyone to have different perspectives. I don't have any projects done till now, but I know HTML, CSS, JS, Python, and I also don't have any Git repos to do. Please help me what to do. Create a Git repo. I'm sure you've got loads of side projects. Create them, share them on GitHub, and join us on Discord, and you will just kind of snowball from there. It's you just got to kind of, you can't work out at the gym if you haven't kind of gone to the gym. So go to the gym and then try any exercise, and then you'll find a lot more exercises at the gym that you can do and machines that you can use. And Aditya says already replied, so hopefully that helps. I love seeing different people's perspectives. Okay, Eddie, enough talking. Let's try and do some coding. Right, so this one we will say it's process.env. Let me see what I call it in the other project, just so I can. Oh, don't mean to paste that. What am I doing? I want to open a terminal over here just so I can get the token, but nobody look at the other terminal. You can't. It's on another screen. I'm safe. I think I'm good. And let me just get the name of the token, so hopefully it should be fine. Let's have a look. You know what I could do? I could start. I've got an easier idea. I know how to get this to work. Okay, everyone, bear with me. Don't worry. All is good. We can work it out between us. So if we go, let's have a look. Right. So I've got a great idea. I want to bring this terminal over to another screen, and I want to start the project from there. And then any other commands I run, I'll run in VS Code. I know you all like VS Code and so forth, so let me have a look. But then I can, in the command when I run it, I can set it as an environment variable. So let's have a look. Let's do it. So to start the project, I should have started the project actually before I even put this in. Actually, that's another thing I should do. So what I might actually do is undo all that again. And again, human, we should check the project works before we try and customize it. So this is back to what we had before. And let's run the project. So if we read the documentation, the project is probably going to be npm run start, but let's double check and see what it says. First steps, install it. It tells you what files get created. I love the style that it does it. npm run start. So I can do it on the screen so you can see. We'll do npm run start. And then in the browser, we should have a hello world API. That's how simple it is to get an API. I have got a video on this going into more details I posted a couple of days ago on Wednesday, where we actually get data from GitHub's API and merge it with data that we have in the application. So that's up and running. Let's go to localhost. Oh, not local hack day. Localhost, I think 3000. And you can see it's very small. Hello world. So we know that works. Okay, awesome. So let me take this off screen. Let me put the token for Discord. Let's have a look. And then hopefully npm run start. So the project should run again and we should see no difference. All should be good. It's up and running. You can trust me on this. And so if I redo this, and the name of this is Discord token, no surprise there. And you shouldn't see it. And we're not using those, so let's delete those out. Gotta love VS Code, TypeScript, all this awesome stuff. Okay, so if I hit save, the project should restart. It did not. I don't know why. Let me start. Oh no, there's a dev mode. Aha. There is a dev mode for the project. So if I go back to the documentation and I go back to, is it the CLI? Overview, let me check. I do remember seeing, yeah, npm run start dev. So it watches for changes, which is what I should have done. npm run start dev. Still with the token, I'm pretty sure. And if I go to localhost 3000 again, not local hack day, 3000 is still up and running. You can't see the token, which is great. Right, let me catch up on the chat. Let me see what I missed. Oh, chat's going good. Awesome. I love it when you all ask questions and chat between each other. It's awesome. What did I miss? I don't remember where I got to. What is NestJS? We did talk about that. Aditya raised the PR. Thanks for explaining next. It's NestJS, sorry, not Next.js. So NestJS is an API framework. NestJS is a framework for the front end for React. It does have some kind of back end capabilities, but it's very light touch. I did have a look into that, but yeah, if you want a proper API, I would go with NestJS, and you can get up and running, as you saw, literally in minutes. But no problem. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Sankara, I already answered your question. I think a few other people did as well. Oh, it was a typo. That's fine. Okay, cool. But thanks for clarifying. Okay, so we've got this up and running. Let's see if we can get Hello World working in Discord. So let's see. So next thing we need to do is we've got this. I think this looks good. I don't. It's running. There's no errors in the console. So the next thing we need to do is usage. So we need to create a bot gateway file. Okay. I mean, we can do that and copy and paste that in. Sounds good. Okay. I know Carl has done it in an actual module, which is a nice way of doing it. I want to keep it dead simple for today. I'm just trying to do a spike to see if going forward, will I write a Discord bot with NestJS? TypeScript. Okay, let's have a look. Paste it in. We can do a bit of formatting. There we go. Okay. Save that. And it should load it. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so it should. Oh, I've got to add it. There's one more thing I'll do. The project doesn't know anything about it yet. I need to add it to the module. Pretty sure I've missed that step. Let's have a look.
Probably as a provider.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the documentation on it, but they've kind of missed that step. Have I missed it? Let me see. Usage. Yeah, so that's the gateway. It makes sense. And you can use the client decorator. Okay, that's quite interesting too. There's two ways to do it. You can do it with a service, or you can do it with a decorator. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, both seem nice and the same to me. And then that's for receiving messages. So straight away, they're on to the next type of Discord bot listener. So actually, you're right. They haven't. There's another improvement to this project. Let me share the link to this project. I think I shared it already, but I'm going to share it one more time. Raise an issue that, and do double check that and this is correct, but it looks like when they give an example, they don't add it to the module file. So again, you know, I could have figured that out, but Carl's definitely helping me, which is making it a lot easier. I love pair programming. But, you know, someone who's doing this by themselves, they might get stuck on that for like 2-3 hours. Whereas, you know, a couple of lines of explanation or code or examples would just help them make it a lot easier. This is why it's so important for everyone's projects to get other people to look at it, because they might not know the certain things that you know and you make assumptions. So let's have a look. So this is bot gateway. And we're going to add it to a providers. We've got app service, which is nothing, was auto-generated. Bot gateway, and if I hit enter, let's bring this up a little bit. It should get automatically added at the top. Yeah, we have it at the top. So let's hit save. And the console, I should be able to show you now, because the token is hidden, which is good. If it doesn't get hidden, I will get very upset. But no, I think it's hidden. Okay, and we have an error. So let's have a look. Let's debug it all together. So let's have a look. So the error is cannot read properties send of undefined on ready in bot gateway line 23. So let's have a look. Well, okay, 23 is JavaScript, so we haven't got the mapping. So we'll just understand that we're looking for on ready. So on ready was saying send. Okay, so it can't. This doesn't work. Okay, have we done something wrong, or have we found another issue in the project? Let's have a look. Or maybe I did something wrong. Let me check. So when I use this, it's got comment in it. It's got imported NestJS. We've got all the imports. Pretty sure I did exactly what they said ish. I didn't read all the text.
I think I got the error. I think in the app module where you initialized the Discord module, you didn't provide a webhook URL, and that's why he can't do get webhook client, and that's why send is undefined.
Ah, I see. Okay, so if okay, good point. Well noticed. Okay.
But I think you can just delete this line. I think you don't need this.
This
just
is
in case you're using webhooks, which we
right.
aren't.
Okay, so yeah, it can be done a different way, I guess, right? It can be done. Can it be done with just get client? Yeah, it can be done with get client. Okay. Oh, but there's no send on there. Okay. Well, we can see if we can get a log, right? Because it's going to give us the user tag and all the rest. So let's just undo this for the moment and go back to what we had. Comment this out. Save it. If I bring up this, it should reload. Perfect. No error this time. And it does say logged in as EddieBot. So it works. It's connected to Discord. So maybe the next thing we can do is get it to listen for a change on a command. So and we're going to have to come back to that because we do want to send messages to Discord still. So let's have a look. Okay. Create a handler for receiving messages by the bots. I love it how it's just broken down into different files. You don't get these big files, all these complications. It's all kind of sorted for you. Okay. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to kind of copy and paste this again. Don't do what I do, everybody. And they've called it bot gateway again. Okay, so they've put it in the same file. Okay, so we can put it in the same one because it's a different trigger. It's going to be an on command. Okay, let's grab that. Put this here. What have we got? So on command hasn't been imported. We should better just go import, I think, and it's appended it up there. Nice. Message doesn't exist. Let's see if it can figure it out and do an auto import as well. Perfect. It has done. It all seems quite happy. So what we expect is when it starts, what's message come from? And it gets a message. So let me just read some. I didn't read this, but I'm guessing start. So that's the command it's looking for, I'm guessing. I think we should do it on, let me see. What would be a good, I think I saw a good example. That might be better. And I don't want to do on every message. I'm watching you. I did that, I think, when I was having a play with something once. And every time someone wrote a message, the bot was just spamming everybody. So you won't do that. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat while you're all having a read. Bansal, can you tell your other channels that give open source content and guidance? Not too. Everyone touches on it, I think, but no one really focuses on open source like myself. So, but I'll have a look. Ask in Discord, and we can send you some a link in the description below to the Discord channel, and we can chat to you and find some other people. But we're already finding some bugs in this today, so hopefully someone has raised the issue that. What was the issue? Oh yes, adding it to the module. Oh, but they do add it. Oh, I missed it. If we look, providers bot gateway. Oh, that's because. Yes, they did add it previously. Okay, so they added it before. And I went straight onto usage. So it's kind of weird adding it before, but the file doesn't exist. I would have done it slightly differently. I would have done it in like a proper flow. But, you know, it is there. I just think I wouldn't add a file, bot gateway, to the module until I create it. I always kind of create the file first. I don't know what people think themselves. Write in the chat, what do you think? So let's have a look. Issue raised. Okay, cool. Yeah, deleting. Yeah, I think you can the issue. I can put a comment. Let me have a look at the issues, and I can say, oh, I found it. So you can't delete it. You can close it. And I think it's got add comma at the end by Jason. Awesome. And then I think, did you close it already? But I could put a comment and say, oh, I found it. That it was further up and so forth. If that needs to be the case, I'm happy to back you up on that because I encouraged you to raise it and it was a bit confusing. The flow wasn't great. So okay, and I wasn't reading it as well. I was rushing through. Okay, let me know. Tell me the issue number if you have read it. Copy and paste is okay as a developer. I will create a project by only copy and paste and create something. Will be fun and improve my research skills. Yeah, copy and paste is good to start off with, but I think it's important to understand what you're copy and pasting. I think when I copy and paste, I just go, it works, and just kind of do it. But when I type it out, I actually think more about it. So it's kind of not great, but I'm just conscious of time. I want keen to get something working and to just get, my goal here isn't to really understand everything, is to get something working to see if there's something we should use going forward. So it's kind of like a spike. So I am going to cut lots of corners as well. Actually, I have a question for everybody, and maybe for Carl as well, who I know has done Nest.js stuff for a lot more than me, is what about, well, actually, this is specific to Discord bots, so actually, it's maybe not so much of a Nest question, but what about testing a Discord bot? Because it does WebSockets. So I have tried in the past to mock out the WebSocket and send the data that I want to the bot so that I can check the reaction. But the problem with that is when I send the data back, the testing library kind of kills the connection, and then the bot just keeps trying to reconnect all the time to the WebSocket. And so it just gets into this crazy kind of loop. But I wonder if anyone's tested any WebSockets before, because that's always seems like an interesting challenge. Okay, where was I? Right, what was I doing? We had a start, that's what we had. Execute command start. Okay, I think that's it. I think it's going to run, and Carl might know more than me if you're still around, is that if I do the start command, it's going to reply with this. Let's just give it a go. So if I hit save, should reload, logged in as EddieBot. Perfect. Let's bring up Discord. Let's have a look. And let me let's go to the bot chat. And what was our, we did percentage, I think. If I just do test, nothing should come up. Oh, it's probably behind my head. Eddie, it's behind your head. Well, sorry, everyone. My bad. Let me make it, bring it up. It's Friday. Bear with me, it's Friday. Actually, I make mistakes like this every day. So test, as you can see, test is there. And there's no reply, no comment, nothing in the console, nothing's changed. So the bot hasn't done anything, which is good. So if I do percentage, and that was our trigger for our command and test, I'm hoping it does nothing. Again, nothing there, nothing in the console. Okay, nothing is good. And now if I do percentage start, I'm hoping something happens either in the console log or in the chat. Let's see. It worked. I mean, that's how quick it is to get NestJS up with an API and a Discord bot. I mean, that's pretty fast, right? So now we've got execute command %start. So therefore we can do so many other things. Hi bot. This is why actually I want to get our API up so we can get the map put up behind me. And as people interact doing contributions to open source, I want their profile to appear on the map from GitHub. So I've got so many cool ideas with that. So I probably should focus more on the API than doing those other things. But with the bot going down, I want Alexa.js up so much because I'm just so tired of everyone just saying, hey guys. It's like, not everyone's a guy here. So yes, so I'm keen to at least get Alex.js up on the bot, and then I can get back to the API, although I'm not doing very much on the API. It's mostly Carl. Okay. Oh, sorry, Carl. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay.
Everything fine.
Okay, cool.
Nothing to add.
No problem. Okay, so that works. So I'm happy with that. And so one thing we want to do differently is we don't want a command for Alexa.js. That's one thing we don't want. We do actually want a version number. I do like having the knowing what version's running, so people can think, well, where's my feature? I submitted a pull request to that. So it is good to have a version. So what we could probably do, I won't get distracted with that now, but it would be good to have a version command. But maybe I'll just change that to version. And we won't bring out the version, but we will just remind us to put that in. So now that should be fine. It should have reloaded. Perfect. Let's bring Alex.js, not Alexa, Alex.js. So we want that to trigger on every message. So let's have a look what we can do. So if we go to the docs, I did see something, subscribe to the event, and we want to subscribe to every message, and we're not going to reply, but we will have a look. So let's have a look. So I want to put it in the same file for now, and we could always separate this out later if you want. We need the on annotation, and I'm not going to reply, but if it's not the bot, let's do a console log. Just so we can see it in the log console. And there is an awesome, oops, did not mean to do that. There is an awesome logging within NestJS, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to say, let's log the message. So yeah, just log the message. Message dot, oh, I didn't see what it was. It was, does it say what it is? Message dot, Can I get the content of it? Not author, content, here we go. There we go. So I should be able to see it hopefully in the console log. That should reload. Let's go back to the bot. Long time no see, Eddie bot. Yeah, NestJS bot. Okay. Right. Oh, and we saw it. There you go. See it in the console, right? It's not behind my head, is it? Okay, so that's coming through. So we know for every message. So someone else can write a message in the bot chat channel, and I want to see that it also comes up in the console, and it's not just from me. So I want to prove to everybody and myself that it's not just me. So Karuna, Nick, Jason, and Elusive Code. I know you're already there. If you could write one more message, or anybody else, and let's Karuna's straight on it. Love that. And let's have a look. Okay, bot, and it appeared in the console. Perfect. Okay, so it's doing it for every message and not just mine. Okay, Eddie bot is back. We're getting there slowly. Eddie bot had loads of features, but they were very prototypey features. I'd rather try and maybe do it a bit more properly now with a new bot. So I need to think, do I move the Stargate repo into probably the community organization and get all the Kubernetes tokens, all the rest, so it can just deploy every time it gets merged in. Therefore, there's no manual deployment. I think that was a bit painful before. So I've automated all that. That's all ready. Okay, awesome. Kelly, awesome to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Eddie bot is back. Karuna, we're working on it. And Elusive Code. All this is new to me. I'm mostly front-end based HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Thanks for all your work here for learning. Awesome. We're all here to learning. I'm learning as well. And if you know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can take over the world. You can literally do everything. This is like magic. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm not going to read everyone's messages to begin with, but we know that's triggering. So, and I'm interested. I'm going to do this kind of a quick way, and then we'll have a look how Carl did it as well. So let's go to Alex.js. So the next thing we want to do is go to Alex.js, which is going to make sure we use inclusive language. And it wasn't designed for a bot, but I think it's pretty good. It checks for, he, she, guys. It's not perfect, but it's still pretty good. And 99% of the time, it's guys. And maybe with the API, we can track how many times people trigger the bot, just for fun. Like not what word they used or anything like that. Just for a fun statistic, maybe just how many times they triggered Alex.js. I keep saying Alexa. Alex.js. So let's have a look. You can use it on the command line. You can do it on so many things. I think we've got it on the GitHub action. But what we want to do is look at it on... Let's have a look. Okay. I think it's probably just installing it locally. That's the command line one. Let's have a look. Install using npm. Let's have a look if there's better instructions here. Nope, not that one. GitHub. We all like GitHub, right? Okay. Here we go. Some more documentation. Awesome. We don't need any integrations. We just want to run it. And I think there is a way, yes, you can run it like this. Perfect. Okay. APIs is what we'll want. Perfect. Let's just try that. Okay. So save. And what we're going to do is run this. So if I bring this up here, let's run. Let's install it. While that's installing, let's remind ourselves how to use it. It won't be HTML, it will be text probably. We have to check and see.
I think Alex doesn't have TypeScript interfaces and types built in. I think you need add types package for Alex as well.
Okay, that's okay. That's good to know. Thank you. So, is it? Do you remember if it's like that? I can Google it if you're not sure.
Add type/Alex, I think.
It is okay. Let me try. I've hit save. I've hit run. Let's see if it finds the package. Type at types/Alex. Yeah, it seemed to have worked. Awesome. I typed it right. I was worried that I made a typo. Here comes, hey guys. I know we're gonna have to test it. I know everyone will go crazy. Please, everyone, not everyone test it. By the way, how is who else hasn't followed Carl yet? Who's helping me so much on the stuff and on the API and stuff. So here is follow Carl. There we go. Shared that again. It says 0, but that's because oh, it's jumped up to 13. Yes, we're in double figures. Thank you, everyone. You're all awesome. There you go. How's that? From 0 to 13 in 45 minutes.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for all your work on the API. The whole community's been waiting on me for the API, and you've really kind of pushed that forward. So that's just epic. Cool. Okay. Don't forget, everyone, give the video a thumbs up as well if you're enjoying this. Okay. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. I've got the types. Got Alex.js. Okay. What next? So it is. I thought there was another way to use it. Is that how, it's not going to be? It could be marked down. But no, let's just take it as normal text, I suppose. Let's have a look. What's the MDX for? Ignore syntax. Okay. Ignore syntax. Probably just, did you just use just Alex? Just like that? Let's have a look. Let me, let's try this. So rather than even grabbing all the, so we'll log the content. I'm not going to worry about too much for now. But what I want to do is, if I just put different words in here. So if I say, this is a test, we should get kind of no results back. And then I'll put in some words that should trigger Alex.js as well. We'll need to, Kawali, I can't even say your name, sorry. It's Friday, it's been a long week. Kawalia, thank you so much for following Carl. And Kelly's making lunch while watching. So you must be west of the UK, I'm guessing in the kind of America's kind of way, or Canada, something around there. Awesome. What are you having for lunch, Kelly? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Amanda, how are you? Amanda, you've got some good news. Can we share it or can we not share it yet? Is it a secret still? I really want to tell everyone about your good news. It's awesome. Okay, I need to import Alex still as well. Let me see. Is it? Can I do it via an import? Yeah, I guess I can. Will it be a named import? I bet you it's not. It's going to be something like this, isn't it? Alex from Alex. I might have to look at your example and steal it.
I think I did it with an import star as Alex from Alex.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, that's what I did. Perfect. I'm guessing, yeah, the YouTube stream for you is a bit behind. So yeah, import star as Alex from Alex. That's what I did. Okay, good. Great minds think alike. Cool. Do we need to import the types as well, or will that just work as is? I think it looks so happy. Let's give it a go. Let's see. So let me reduce this. So the idea is we should get something in the console log when someone writes a message. So if we go back to here, we can just say, hey, we've got people already writing more messages. Let me see if anything's come up in the log. Let me write a new one, test. So test has come through and, oh, I didn't put a console log around Alex. Eddie, too busy chatting, not focusing on the code. My bad, everyone. Okay, I get a fail sound effect. Right, running that again. Jason says hi. He said hi just before I rebooted. Let's do test. Okay, so you can see under the test comment, or hi Alexa, it's empty. So that means it's not triggering it. So, and I'm purposely not taking the message because I don't want everyone to write hey guys in Discord. So I'm going to purposely put here, I want to hard code this for now. So I want to put hey guys. And if I save this, it restarts. And if I just go, hi again, it doesn't really need to, it's not using the text message. There we go. So it's triggered it. Guys may be insensitive. Use people, persons, folks instead. Love that. The bot is slowly coming back. Okay, so that's working as we wanted. But when we return the message, we want to return the reason. So we could do, and we saw from, if we go back to here, it says await message reply. So we could grab that code and put it here. And let's do it on multiple lines. So let's save Alex. So we could say, let me think, checks. We call it checks. And then in passing into Alex, we want to pass in the message, which will be message.content. Okay, I think that's good. Remove the bracket at the end. We will still console log the message we get, and we will also, let me duplicate that line and we'll console log the checks as well. And then we'll reply with the reason, if there is a reason actually, because if there isn't, we don't want to reply with anything. So it returns an array, so we could return multiple reasons, but I think that's a bit confusing. I know, what do you all think? Let me know in the chat. Or do we, and what did you do, Carl? Do we just take the first reason? But then when they update it is the problem. If they say, hey guys, like, I don't know, how is, I spoke to her, for example, then it will trigger, it'll be an array, so it'll trigger for both. But if we take the first one, it'll only trigger for the hey, or only display for the hey guys. If they update the message, it will still have the kind of the her or the him, etc. So I think maybe we should have all of them actually in there now, as I think about it. Awesome, Jason. Thanks for the suggestion on the import. Let's have a look. So I'm thinking on the reply, we probably want to do. Yeah, let's do it on message. I think we could do a map or something. So let's have a look. So on checks, if we do a map, that means we'll get an array. So do it on multiple lines. Would it be easier to see? Let's do it on multiple lines, Eddie. Let's do it on one line. Come on. So checks, and then we can put a const replies with an S, or reply, and then we can go checks dot map. And then we're going to have, what should we call it? Messages. So it would be message, it would be a singular one. And then we want to pull out message.message. I hate that, Eddie. That's a terrible naming convention. It's got to be clear, right? It's got to be clear. Oh, I forgot to switch on my light. It's creating a shadow. Yes, you're right. My light just died. Sorry. Turn on. Oh, it came on. Maybe it overheated? I don't know. Is that better? Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I need to get a proper light. Sorry, my bad, everyone. No, the battery's going to die. As I turn it up, it's going like 2%, 3% battery life left. Okay, that's going to die. I should have charged it. Okay, let's have a look. What was I doing? Oh yes, so the map. So I don't want to say message because we're going to pull out message. It'll be message.message, which sounds terrible. So I don't know, checks. Checks, we've already got check, singular. Result. What words have we got? And then we want result.message. And so we should see, now we will see, it should be replies. It should be an S actually, because there'll be more than one. Replies, it'll be an array, so let's return that. But then when we return it to Discord, we probably want to then map that again. So we could do comma separated. When we get the fancy Discord message thing, we can make it fancier, but let's just, for now, we'll keep it simple. So we'll do another map. Oh, no, we could just do a join, right? Because they're all strings, so we could do a join on a comma like that. I think that should work. Let's have a look. I've got some things in the chat. Let me check that in a second. Let me just bring up this. Who's writing guys already? Kiwalia. Don't write guys. No one write guys. Please. I don't want to encourage the word people writing guys. I want to decourage it. That's why I'm writing this bot. Oh, it did reply this time. So the bot was up. Jason wrote exactly what I said, but I'm saying not. Don't write it. No one else write it, please. Oh, interesting. Oh, you wrote oops, and it. I didn't put an if around it. Okay, so Jason, you found a bug, so that's good. That's awesome. Let's have a look. We need to put an if around this. So we only want to do this if replies has a length. Because if it doesn't, then we don't want to send anything back. So people can write in the chat. I've just saved it. Write in the chat now a message without triggering the bot, and it should not respond of anything. And while you're doing that, I'm going to catch up with the chat. But we should see in here things. Okay, let's have a look. Karuna, follow Carl. Yes, exactly. Awesome. What else have I got? It's 12:47, Kelly says, in Ohio. Apple salad and coffee. Nothing fancy. It sounds fancy to me. Awesome. Enjoy. Let me see. Pete says maybe limit to the first 3 or 4 instances. I'll be really sad if there's 3 or 4 instances of it. I mean, that's quite a bad message, not very inclusive. And acknowledge there's more to avoid big response if someone trolls with a lot of triggers. We haven't had anything that bad, so I'm not going to probably just do the extra checks for that. I know what you mean. It's a lot kind of nicer, I suppose. Eddie's the open source king, and apparently king is insensitive. I didn't know that, but apparently it is. So we all learned something new today. Okay, awesome. But yes, so it's not replying. My light died again. So it's not replying when people just write anything. So test, green square, etc. It's obviously we're getting console log, but it's not replying in Discord. It's clean. So I think that kind of works. I'm really happy with that. But I probably missed some things. Carl, did you do anything extra apart from the organization of the config and for the environment variables in terms of, did you do any extra functionality?
Actually, no. It's just the NestJS integration. The only thing I have in addition is the Discord embed message,
Nice.
which Eddie-bot also had.
Nice. Okay, let's have a look.
But that's actually everything.
Perfect. Okay, it sounds good. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. Yes, you did the strip special characters. And some other things. You're right,
yeah,
because
I orientated at the Eddie-bot logic.
Nice, that's very good. I like that. That's awesome. Very proactive. Yeah, we had those in there because I think if you wrapped it, okay, no one judge me. I'm going to trigger the bot. But if I do hey guys, I hate myself for writing this. No one's judging me, right? Everyone in the chat, right? You're not judging me. It triggers it. But if I did, hey guys, and I think if they put it in quotes, it didn't trigger it. That was the problem. That's why we had to strip the special characters. Okay. Let's see, what else have I missed in the chat? Maybe use trigger message as a variable. Oh yes, you're right. I could have used trigger message. Makes sense. Also, what happens when someone uses the same word twice? Ah, Pete, that's an interesting one. That's very interesting. I actually don't know. Let's try it. And again, I'm sorry, I'm writing "Hey guys" twice. Oh, I think we need alarm bells. Let me write it. I'm sorry. Let me clear the console a little bit so we can kind of give some space. Let's see. It does trigger it twice. So it does repeat it twice. Oh, okay. So we want unique. So, yeah, Pete, I think that could be an improvement for later on. I'm hoping people don't use it twice. But if they use it twice, they should get twice the messages. No, I'm joking. But we could count. I think it could be quite interesting. Again, this is what I was saying about counting how many times it happens. So if there is a reply, not only send a reply back, but we could do a count, I suppose. How can we make an object real quickly, just as for a bit of fun? So we could do. I don't know if I could do this real quick. Let me see. This is off the cuff here.
Could you potentially turn the array to a set to remove duplicates from an array?
Oh, that's very nice. Yes, you could. I do like that. That's very clever. Okay, I must remember to do that. I won't do that now, but for the proper one, I will actually. That's very good. Yeah, I just didn't think into my mind. I love that. I was going to try and keep count of the users. So if I do a private and just say, I don't know, user triggers or something, and then I could make it an object, I suppose, because it should, obviously if the bot restarts, we would lose it. But then what I could do is, let me see, I could do this, user triggers, and the user might not exist yet. So let me see. So if we can find out who the user, we've got the author, right? Message.author, that comes in as a user object, and we want what's the unique thing? They have ID, I suppose. That could be unique, hopefully. So if that exists, then we're going to increment it that they've triggered the bot. So we're going to say this person is ++, else we're going to add them to 1 because it's their first time triggering the bot, equals 1. And then let me reformat this because it's not happy. And then we will console log it as well. So we'll console log the results. Console log dot results. This dot user triggers. Okay, I think that should work. If the user exists in the object, then increment it. If it doesn't, make it equal to 1. Okay, hit save. And that's only if they trigger a reply. So here's the there. So if I wrote test, yeah, 5 guys will trigger it as well. So go test, nothing's coming up. Oh, obviously it's coming up in here, but we're not getting any results. In fact, I could probably delete this console log, but I don't want the app to restart. And then if I trigger it again, just say 5 guys, it should say Eddie is 1. Okay, it's my user ID, so we don't actually know who that is. I should probably store a bit more information with that. I don't like 5 guys food. And show Eddie is 2. Perfect. So we can store something like that, and therefore we can keep a kind of a statistic. And if I don't want people to think they have to get a higher number and trigger it. I think it's a really bad thing. Maybe we can say if they get to 10, we boot them off the server. No, okay, that's probably too mean. But let me catch up on the chat while you're having a think. I've triggered the bot so many times. I actually I feel dirty. I feel bad. What have I missed in the chat? No judging. Thank you, Karuna. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kwalia. Green squares for you. Wouldn't work to do a set because they're probably different objects. But I could store the string as a set, as part of the set, right? I'd have to look at the docs. I really can't remember. It's weird that the blue screen reappeared after 58 minutes. Blue screen? What blue screen? Can you put an emoji and a test? Yeah, I should really put, please share all your VS Code extensions with us. Sure, with my VS Code extensions, you should be able to have that all publicly on my GitHub. If you go to my GitHub profile, I will share a link so you can also drop me a follow. If you don't follow me already. Oh, I have a missing image there. What's that? Let me refresh and see. Okay, just a bit of a glitch in the matrix. But if you go to my account and go to repositories and go to dot files, you can get my entire Mac setup from here. Dot files. I might have to push some updates. But here you can get all my brew installs, you can get my npm global installs, you can get my Vim config and what I use for Vim, and all my VS codes. If you go to VS Code, these are all the extensions I have in VS Code. Not on this computer because I haven't done this with dot files yet. I've done my other computer dot files. I do need to reinstall this Mac. If you want to see a video on dot files on how you can set up your computer just with config and then share it, and also the amazing thing about dot files is, when you go to Codespaces, and if I went open with Codespaces, it will automatically set up Codespaces to be like my local computer using these dot files, which is just freaking phenomenal. Really cool. So I've got my git config, my git ignore, these are all ignored for me globally already, which is awesome. Yeah, it's just like config managers. So I install nvm, I install pyenv and all sorts of things, and GPG keys. Yeah, so it's all configured. So I can drop a link to that. You could all check that out. Right. Still no idea what's happening here. Oh, you did it with an image. Well, I wonder how that works. Okay, it didn't cause anything to break. We're all good. Okay, no, we won't do any more oh, there's a question mark there. I'm guessing that's the image. But we've got someone else who triggered it, so that was me with the 2, and I'm guessing this is Kwalia with the 1. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Map might be better because you could use a unique ID, e.g. the word as the key, and then result value to dedupe. Okay, nice. Oh, the blue screen on YouTube Live. Yeah, I think that's my Mac. This one here is the culprit. It is really dodgy. Every time I want to share my screen for live streaming, I have to reboot the Mac. But the M1 chip is out. They didn't bring an update. I'm going to replace my iMac Pro probably with the M1 chip. It's so much better than this massive iMac Pro. So I will be doing some changes and I'll be updating my dot files and all the rest. Okay, let's have a look. Should I set up dot files on my yes, its actual word is dot files. It's not the letter dot. It's actually the word, not the letter, the symbol dot. It's the word dot files. And what I do now, so if I get a new, when I get my new Mac in a couple of weeks, I will just clone this repo on my Mac to be a fresh install. I'll clone this repo, and I think it's in the README, and I will just run either a specific section, like I want to install VS Code or NPM kind of packages and all the rest, or I would just run this, and I would install everything in this dot file repo on my Mac. Literally, I'll just run it and come back 30-40 minutes later, and it will be set up SSH kind of config, GPG, all my settings on for Git, all my shortcuts, my Vim shortcuts, even like NPM, things that I want installed globally. I don't want Firebase tools anymore, actually. I should update that. But I want Alex, I want Mermaid CLI for the diagrams, and my profile. It's just all set up perfectly. It's really, really awesome. I do need to push an update. I've done lots of updates over the kind of New Year period, so this is a bit out of date. I need to check my computer and make sure I push those changes. But yeah, definitely look at dot files. It just saves you trying to figure everything out. Like even brew, and so I can install Docker, Git, kind of those sorts of things, and then Brewcast allows me to get Discord, Firefox, Google, loads of stuff. Actually, WhatsApp, ditch that. I don't need that anymore. I definitely need to update this. But so we got it working. We got Alex.js working, and I'm quite happy with that. I think that's pretty cool. Rather than writing it vanilla. I know Nick wrote an awesome kind of mini framework on how to do that as well. But because I'm liking NestJS with the logging and so many other features it comes with, yeah, I'm quite interested to explore this a little bit further. Yes. I might have to. I've got an idea, Carl. I'll speak to you, see if we can maybe get you to push your project to our project as a different remote, and that way we could do it into a branch, and that way I can deploy it and test it out and just see kind of how the end-to-end works. Yeah. Okay, I've got some ideas. We'll have to think about and see. Who else have we got in the chat? I got to know about this now. Every time there's a new thing to learn from you, Eddie. Thanks. No problem at all. I'm always learning from all of you all the time as well. So there's just so much information out there that we're just all picking up different things, and we all come here and share the awesome stuff. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Just checking no one's putting their hand up. Is that it? So less code written. That's awesome. Yeah, literally, that's it. That's why I just think it's just NestJS is really good as an API, but also awesome as a project. I've got to do client work this weekend, but I think to get this started, because I really want Alex.js up and running, I'm thinking we will use Carl's project, and then we can come back in a couple of weeks and add logging and lots of other fancier stuff, and maybe move things over from the features you have in EddieBot over, but not all of them, but the ones we want, and tweak some of them and improve them, and see if we can do that little by little. As it's Friday, I think I should all give you your Fridays back, your time back. We won't go for a long Friday today. What else is coming up? Let me see. Next week, we do have a Twitter Spaces about NoSQL versus SQL on Friday, which is going to be pretty cool. I have a video coming out on Wednesday about GitHub sponsors. That could potentially change, but I'm pretty sure that's going to come out on Wednesday. It's done, it's ready, but I might prioritize slightly differently to show you the behind the scenes on how much I'm making GitHub sponsors and all the rest, and why you should sign up. And then Monday, I know I do live streams, but I am doing a live stream still on Monday, but I'm doing it on GitHub Education, I think, for GitHub Campus on their Twitch channel. And that overlaps of our Monday live stream. So I might have to skip the Monday live stream. I'll double check the times and get back to you and let you know. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I know I did. And thank you all for watching. And a super shout out and thank you to Carl for doing the project beforehand and also helping me out as well. I got stuck a few times, so that was epic. Oh yes, sorry Carl, you were going to say something. Before you do, Kewalia says community call this Saturday. Oh my god, I forgot. How could I forget? I'm super excited about that. So we have a sponsors call at 5 o'clock till 6 with the sponsors, and then 6 till 7 we have our community call. Yes, let me get a link for that while I'll let Carl introduce himself. Well, not introduce himself, they've been here the whole time, but give themselves a shout out. I want to share their GitHub in the chat as well, so you can all. We've got 15 followers. Let's see if we can get it to 20 by the end of the stream. So let's have a look.
I just wanted to say I was glad that I could help.
You help so much. Like, you're doing the API work, which is awesome, and then you did this before the stream as well and helped me on the stream. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for coming on, Radio Eddie and helping me out and pairing on this. Hopefully no one else requested to come and chat because I wasn't keeping an eye on Discord. So hopefully no one else requested. Let's have a look. I'm sharing the link. So community call. Thank you so much, Kewalia, for saying that community call. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, Karuna. Karuna, are you going to moderate the call for us tomorrow? Let us know if you have time and you'd be interested in moderating. You did an awesome job last time. You gave everyone a chance to speak and ask questions, and I think that was great. And that was really good fun. And I think I remember you taking the piss out of me as well. Once or twice, or maybe 5 times. But it's cool. You're the moderator. You are the boss. Yes, tomorrow. So everyone do sign up. 23 hours, 48 minutes, and 42 seconds. Let's have a victory sound effect. Awesome. Yes, I just want to see if that's gone to 20 yet. I know it takes a bit of time to update. That's the problem. Come on. GitHub update. Okay, still on 15. But you've got more followers than following now. So I think that's like, you're like in credit. I feel like you're kind of in the positives. You're +1. So that's cool. But thank you again, all of you, so much. And thank you again, Carl, for this, for helping me out. There's the t-shirt. It says Dashboard Hub because it was for a previous project, which I didn't really do much with it. So I'm going to get new t-shirts, new stickers made without Dashboard Hub, and probably a quote down the side, like collaboration first, code second, and all these sorts of things that we say. So yeah, I will be getting swag for pictures and videos that I'm going to do, and then we will get a shop up and we will do giveaways and all the rest. We've got lots of exciting things coming up over the next few months. I now have my wife Sarah, who's helping me full time on Eddie Hub community. So we've got lots of exciting things coming up. We are working on a course. The course that I was working on, I'll be honest with you, completely open and honest. The course that I was working on just grew so big that I've decided to park that for the moment because I really want to get some benefit out sooner. So we're going to do how to make an awesome GitHub profile. I want to start that tomorrow, actually, and hopefully get it out in a week or two. How to customize your GitHub profile to really pop. And I want to go look at all your profiles on GitHub, and I want to take the different ideas from people and say, this person's done this, here's a screenshot, this is how you do it, and all the rest, and give you all credit. So I'm just really excited to doing that. And it will be a free course, and I'd love to just see what you think. It'll be the first time me ever doing a course. So that's why I'm keen to get something out sooner, and that's quite small, so I can get feedback and improve it before I do any of the bigger ones. Awesome. Kelly says, thank you. Let's bring that up on the screen before I go as well. Kelly, are you joining tomorrow as well? I don't think you've joined one before, but Kelly says, thank you to Carl as well. Awesome. Everyone say thank you to Carl in the chat. I think that's a great idea, Kelly. Thank you. Great stream. Thank you. Hubba plushies. No, don't speak to Sarah about Hubba plushies, Karuna. Sarah is determined to get one, but when you get a small amount of them made, they're ridiculously expensive, and I'd rather give that money back to the community than spend it on kind of like a plushie. I've made a GitHub profile, but will improve your advice as well. Elusive code, definitely. Carl, you haven't got a customized GitHub profile. We we need to kind of tease you about that, and hopefully you'll customize yours soon as well.
Yeah, I know that. Shame on me.
No problem at all.
I saw some profiles in the awesome profiles
Yep,
repo, I think it's called.
that's correct.
But I wasn't sure about stealing ideas, so I parked this project a little.
Steal ideas. I know I steal people ideas from people. Borrow, not steal. Borrow ideas to kind of improve my GitHub customized profile. So what's a plushie? Oh, great question. Oh, you can't see me. Sorry, I left that up. Thank you. What's a plushie? A plushie like a teddy bear. Like, you know, you get the Octocat GitHub thing. I've got a couple of them. They like a kind of a teddy bear thing, but a Hubber, or there you go. So there's or Hubber or something like that, or the GitHub Octocat Mona and so forth. Right. Oh yes. So sorry, no Hubber plushie. Yep, super cool. Thank you. If you're gorgeous, why? Well, join tomorrow sounds fun. Yes, join tomorrow. That'd be awesome. Thank you, Carl and Eddie. We learned a lot today. Mercy Pink, you're welcome. So, yeah, I think that's awesome. You all have an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend. We need to get, Carl, I'm going to send you some messages about, I'll probably do it publicly so other people can get involved in the conversation about getting your repo. I think your repo is much better than what I've done, of NestJS. If you can add a remote, and I'll give you write access to my Stargate project, and if you could push it up to a branch, and I can help you with that if you need help with that. And then I'm going to try and make that my default branch, and then get that deployed and see if that works. And if that works, then I think that will bridge the gap until we get time to come back to it. Because I just really miss not having AlexJS in Discord, because I don't want, when new people arrive, they don't realize that how we're inclusive, and they don't realize that we don't use certain terms. And Karuna and other people have done an amazing job, especially Karuna, to say, please don't use folks, use people rather than guys. And I think it takes a lot of time to do that. So I'm really keen to get AlexJS back onto that. So I think what you've done is a great job, because you've taken of what we had in EddieBot already for that feature. So that's epic. Awesome. Okay. Everyone, have a great weekend, and let's geek out soon. Thank you all again for joining today. If you haven't given the video a thumbs up, do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. I'll chat to you all in Discord. Bye, everyone.